Shark Week at the Wipeout Weekly continues, but perhaps we should talk about how to avoid surfing with sharks. Welcome to the Wipeout Weekly, the daily podcast for beginners, wannabe surfers, and seasoned wipeout enthusiasts. No hype, no filler, just the highs, lows, and honest truth about learning to surf and finding your place in surf culture. I'm your host, Suze Wilson. Let's go out. Do you know that statistic that you're more likely to get killed while driving to the beach than from a shark attack? Yeah, but don't be lulled into a false sense of security. Between 2012 and 2021, there were 761 total shark attacks worldwide, of which 60 were fatal. According to the International Shark File, 72% of unprovoked attacks involve surfers or board riders. That means roughly 43 out of 60 shark-related deaths during that period were likely surfers or bodyboarders. 5 a year. That's still a pretty terrifying statistic if you ask me. Okay, so what can you do so it doesn't happen to you? The most obvious solution would be just not to go out in the water. But given that's not a workable option, you may want to choose surfing not in Australia, South Africa, California, Hawaii. You know, all the fun places with all the best waves. Oh, and Reunion Island. What? Never heard about Reunion Island? It's in the middle of the Indian Ocean, just east of Madagascar. And it's home to St. Louis, one of the world's premier left-hand reef breaks, as well as the spot with the most deadly shark attack statistics in modern surfing history, accounting for 16% of global fatal shark attacks. Surfing was even temporarily banned due to a spike in bull shark and tiger shark attacks. But you know, surfers, so it didn't last that long. You may also want to stay away from Florida. Last year, we had 47 unprovoked bites. Over half of them happened in the U.S., and exactly half of those happened in Florida. That's like 14 of those. New Smyrna Beach has the moniker of the shark bite capital of the world. Just 4 days ago, a shark bit an 18-year-old surf instructor on the foot. The injury is said to be nasty but not life-threatening. That was already the 4th shark encounter in Volusia County this year. Because just 2 weeks before that, another surfer got bitten by a shark while surfing in Florida City. Fun. If you end up surfing in the waters patrolled by the men in gray suits, it's useful to know why they may even be interested in you. Because it's not as if sharks attack surfers on purpose. Neoprene is not particularly tasty. In most cases, it's a case of mistaken identity, curious investigation, or pure confusion. From below, a surfer on a board can resemble a tasty seal or maybe a turtle, especially in murky water and in low light, so that happens at dawn and dusk. If you ever seen drone footage comparing seal and surfer silhouettes, they're shockingly similar. Sometimes sharks are just curious. They like to explore and test unfamiliar objects with their mouths because, they don't have hands. This is why many attacks are one bite only. The shark usually lets go after realizing, well, that's not food. If you're unlucky enough to find yourself where there's lots of fish at the time when sharks are due their dinner, they may go into feeding mode and nibble on you by mistake. What to do when you see a dorsal fin in the lineup? Some of this advice is pretty common sense. First, stay calm. No splashing. That mimics prey. Get fully on top of your board so your limbs aren't dangling. And keep eye contact if possible, so the shark cannot surprise you. Apparently, great whites and bull sharks have been known to abandon an approach if they know they've been seen. Needless to say, if you can, warn others quietly, no panic. Paddle to the shore as smoothly as you can and get out of the water. If you end up in a fight with a shark, it's good to know that their most sensitive areas are their eyes, snout, and gills. What else to avoid? Surfing alone, obviously, because no one will hear you scream or drag you on shore. This I didn't know. Wearing yellow or orange. That sharks are attracted to. And shiny jewelry. Wow! According to National Geographic, sharks can mistake shiny objects for fish scales. Oops, I'm taking my earrings off immediately. And that's all for today. Check out the Wipe Out Weekly for our free newsletter, more stories and ways to connect with us. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow for more of the Wipe Out Weekly.